After 17 years and 350 reshoots, Chaos Walking finally released, and we watched it, so you don't have to. Connor, what is the plot of Chaos Walking?
Choas Walking stars Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley. Daisy Ridley crashes on a planet where men's thoughts are said aloud, and the women of the planet were all killed by townsmen. At least the women of this town that Tom Holland's from were killed by the towns guy because they can't say their thoughts aloud, so they're not pure. Maybe that was the plot. Anyways, so they try to find Daisy Ridley's spaceship, Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley, and they fall in love and they kiss a bunch, and they kill the townsman. So Aiden, what did you think of the movie?
It's really bad. So, I joked about it in the intro, but this movie was filmed like 5 fucking years ago, and was so terrible that Fox refused to release it, and now that Disney just needs to release stuff to fill schedules and quotas.
The issue with that is I'm pretty sure it was made by Lionsgate.
Okay, well, someone released this terrible thing. They missed the young adult craze by like 7 years.
Yep.
The movie is terrible and convoluted and stupid. The core gimmick of the movie, or I guess it's not gimmick, but like the world is built around this thought speak, and the thought speak adds almost nothing to the movie. It's a terrible plot device, because it's not used in an interesting way ever. It's just, instead of talking, characters just ADR talk at each other. And it's just weird. The only reason it's a thing is because Tom Holland has thought Tourette's and can't quiet his thoughts. And they use that as a plot device like 3 or 4 times. And it also leads to a lot of awkwardness because Daisy Ridley doesn't have the thought speak thing. So there's like tons of scenes where they have Tom Holland say something and then ADR Tom Holland just repeats it or says something to add on to it. And so there's this constant like difference in audio quality that's really disjointing, where it's like you have their on-set audio and then ADR Tom Holland just pops in to say something fucking stupid. Most of the movie is just Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley wandering around in the woods, doing nothing. Like,
right, it feels like a fan film.
It feels like a fan film where they just had like 30 acres and just walked around like an acre of woods and filmed. It's like, oh my god, it is so fucking boring. At one point, there's just a zombie for no reason, and the zombie thing. Every young adult novel movie adaptation needs a zombie at some point. And so they threw a zombie in, and there's some fucking complicated ass subplot I don't understand about how the zombies are like the natives, even though they look like freaky fucking black burned alien people. And like there's some like weird 40-second subplot about how Tom Holland is racist against them, but then learns that maybe they're not so bad or something. I don't fucking know. There's another fucking plot device, because everything in this movie is just a plot device to push along this shitty young adult romance narrative where all the women on the planet are dead, or so Tom Holland thinks, but there are women just in other places. And the reason they're all dead is because Mads Mikkelsen, who's way too good to be in this movie, killed them all for some reason that I don't understand.
I think it's because they don't have pure thoughts, but he doesn't seem to care. He's about like controlling your thoughts so you don't have them.
Because
there's get it why he wanted.
There's this sub-villain who's just like this fucking
the preacher
guy. And the preacher guy just walks around talking about how fucking people are gonna burn in hell. And Mads Mikkelsen doesn't give a fuck about this guy. He's like, just go away. You're fucking weird. But then also Mads Mikkelsen killed all the women for a religious reason or something. And then the fucking preacher guy drowns a dog and then gets set on fire. And there's just like all this crap happening. And it's all fucking meaningless garbage. It's all fucking boring. Fucking one of the Jonas Brothers, I don't know, I can't tell them the fuck apart. Joe, Nick, the third one, Tom, Rick.
Tom Jonas.
Tom Jonas, Rick Jonas,
Jonas.
Michael
Rick
Jonas. I don't know what the third one is called. I don't know which Jonas it is. The fucking Jonas brother. His whole subplot. He's Mads Mikkelsen's son. And his subplot is that he accidentally shoots himself with a gun, and then his dad, he doesn't live up to his dad's expectations.
No, he shoots himself with the laser beam.
Yeah, the laser beam gun thing.
No, the crazy laser cigarette pack that blows
Daisy
up.
Ridley Daisy Ridley has the most impractical weapon ever made. I was convinced that a woman wrote this book because it was a young adult novel, and
the men were just written unrealistically.
Yeah. Joe Jonas like comes in and he like punches this fucking cigarette container, and it shoots lasers in every direction wildly. Like, it's the most inefficient weapon ever designed, and he shoots himself with it, and then his dad is disappointed. And then the conclusion to that plot line, which is returned to frequently, like we frequently cut back to Joe Jonas and Mads Mikkelsen being disappointed in him. And the conclusion to that plot line is that Joe Jonas stops showing up in the movie, and then Mads Mikkelsen gets pushed off a cliff. I don't know what you want me to fucking say. It's incoherent. The entire women getting killed plot line, the resolution of that is Tom Holland says, I don't know how to read. Daisy Ridley reads his mom's journal. And then from that they somehow gleam that Mads Mikkelsen murdered a bunch of women or something. I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the movie. 90% of the movie is just fucking people walking around in the woods looking for each other, and they don't know where each other are, and they speak in thoughts for no fucking reason. And it doesn't add anything to the movie.
The marauding party on horseback is always within earshot of Tom Holland and Daisy Ridley, who are on foot but can never catch up to him until the last 5 seconds.
You can tell
they still get they're still ahead by far.
You can tell it's a bad plot device, because if you took the thought speak out of the movie, it would be the same movie. Just,
I like how they killed the dog. I like how they kill the dog to make you sad, but then they like don't. He's like, I'm so sad about my dog, and then Daisy Ridley's like,
and he's like, it's just a dog.
Too. I've never met a dog before, and he's like, really? Yeah, dogs are pretty cool. And then they never mention him again.
Yeah, like the whole concept, the whole fucking conceit of this movie is that everyone speaks in thoughts, but if everyone just spoke normal, and fucking Tom Holland had regular Tourette's instead of fucking mind Tourette's, the fucking movie would be the same. Instead of being caught because his mind speaks too loud, it'd be because he fucking blurted out the N-word like people with Tourette's do in real life, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't change anything. The whole gimmick of this movie is the thought speak, and it serves no practical purpose. It just doesn't...
Right.
It doesn't do anything.
And it doesn't go anywhere.
And it's just yet another generic young adult fiction novel adaptation movie like Hunger Games and Allegiant and Maze Runner and all the fucking other ones that exist. All of them. It's another post-apocalyptic gimmick. You take a post-apocalyptic world, you give it some kind of gimmick. In this one, it's the thought speak. In Maze Runner, it's the maze. In Allegiant, I don't remember.
Think there's a gimmick. I think
I don't remember. In Hunger Games,
they're in love and they shoot.
In Hunger Games, there's the Hunger
War
Games.
yeah.
They kill each other, and it's just a knockoff of Battle Royale. I don't know. It's generic. It's boring. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Everyone's acting is terrible. Daisy Ridley's a terrible actor to start with. Tom Holland's fine in other things, but not in this.
He's fine as Spider-Man.
He's fine as Spider-Man, and not in this. Mads Mikkelsen is a fantastic actor who should not be in this, and he's terrible in it. Oh, and for some reason, I didn't mention this earlier, but there's like this weird plot line with Tom Holland's gay dads. So Tom Holland's dad boinked Tom Holland's mom, and then Holland's mom got killed by Mads Mikkelsen.
So he became gay.
And Tom Holland's dad becomes gay, and then one of the gay dads gets shot by Mads Mikkelsen, and then the gay dad is like, if you don't kill me, I'll help you find Tom Holland. And then Tom Holland's second gay dad gets shot, and it's just never brought up. Like, he gets killed saving Tom Holland, and they never mention it.
Tom Holland's more sad about the dog.
He's more sad about the dog than his two gay dads
Benji,
getting
the
killed.
dog.
Both of his gay dads get killed, and he doesn't give a fuck about either of them, but he's sad about the fucking dog for half the fucking movie. And the climax of the movie is him climbing a fucking ladder and then pushing a guy in a hole.
Yep.
So, Connor, what did you think of
I mean, you
Chaos
basically
Walking?
covered it. I agree with everything Aiden said. The movie looks fine. It's shot competently enough.
It's fucking horrible.
I mean, they
They color scaled everything
filter.
gray.
You know what it looks like? It looks like one of those like Darth Maul fan films where like if fucking Luke Skywalker, like two people fucking fight each other in the woods with a lightsaber.
Yep.
Subtract the lightsabers.
But replace it with everyone
Subtract
has
it with
rainbow
the
coming out of
dumbass
their
rainbow
heads.
heads crap, and then but it's still that same shit where it's just the wood shot at like a slight Dutch angle with like a blue filter at the end. I don't have anything else to say. You've covered the rest. There, like, what else is there to say?
There's nothing to say. There's
There's
no
nothing. They fuck
movie.
off in the woods for 2 hours. That's the whole movie.
There's no substance.
They fuck off in the woods for 2 hours. You wonder why this shit flopped? Does anyone have is anyone curious why it fucking flopped? Is
Because
anyone?
it came out 7
There's
years
a
after
reason
the
it
young
wasn't
adult fiction.
There's a reason they didn't even
novel.
put it out originally. And it's clear. And the reason they're dropping it now is because of COVID. Because like it's the same shit with like War with Papa, where it's just fucking it's stupid. It's just garbage. It's garbage, and they didn't want to put it out because it's fucking garbage. It's garbage and it's stupid, and they didn't put it out because it's fucking garbage. Next thing you know, they're gonna put out Roger Corman's Fantastic Four because they got that one sitting on the books. Throw that in the MCU. Put Tony Stark in the last 2 minutes. Call it a goddamn movie.
CGI Tom Holland.
It doesn't matter. It's the same reason we're getting the Snyder Cut. Because
They
that
have
fucking
nothing
movie
to do.
was garbage, and now they can drop it. Like, there was a reason Warner Brothers said, Zack Snyder, your cut's garbage. And
There's a reason they killed
Zack.
Zack Snyder's daughter.
Yeah. Anyways, Aiden, would you recommend Chaos
No,
Walking?
no, it's fucking terrible. It's fucking boring. It's terrible and boring. Connor, would you recommend the fucking Chaos Walking cut?
Hard no from me.
Okay, moving on. What's next?